Hi guys, my name is Alysa Evans and I'm a fourth year chemistry student at Queen's University. Some features of this program that drew me in was the tons of hands-on learning, lab time, and a small faculty which makes it easier to grow connections and friendly relationships with peers, TAs, and professors. The workload in chem is very heavy. It's definitely a challenge from week to week because there's a lot of new and challenging content to learn, as well as assignments, tests, and lab write-ups. However, the content you learn is very helpful in the labs if you are looking into research positions. I really love that the teachers and TAs are so passionate about their area in chemistry. The workload is surprisingly heavy, especially if it's your goal to excel and understand every course. Some courses are fast-paced and some are slow-paced, but I found that my friends and profs were often available to help in case I didn't understand a concept. Second and third year chemistry students have lab courses that extend throughout the entire year. Typically, you spend about 9 hours a week in the lab learning how to use equipment of all kinds and experiment with explosive and toxic materials. You will need to be resourceful and organized, as well as have good time management skills, critical thinking, and research skills. In your third year lab, you usually read a research paper or textbook outlining a similar experiment and similar results and conclude why and how you obtained your results. After my undergraduate degree, I'm planning to go to Teachers College to pursue high school teaching because that's always been a passion of mine. Lots of people after chemistry undergrad go off to grad school and work as TAs while they complete their thesis project, which can take as long as you want. After, they get their PhDs, work in labs, or become professors while working on their own projects. I don't know how many people in my program that do co-op, but it is possible, and they usually work in a lab unaffiliated with Queen's for about 12 to 16 months. They also may take one course for next year to lighten their load. I've never done co-op or the Queen's equivalent called Queen's Undergraduate Internship Program, aka QUIP, but the website is very easy to follow. Queen's chemistry core courses are preset with little flexibility. Although this may limit your choices, it's a lot easier to pick courses from year to year. In fourth year, you only have to choose one 400 level course, along with your 497 thesis project, as well as any electives needed to graduate. I recommend Electrochemistry, Chem 415, which has the lightest workload, or Analytical Chemistry 411, which provides the best after-grad knowledge if you were to work in the lab. I recommend taking bird courses as your electives because I personally didn't have time for heavier courses along with my core courses. Thinking back to my first and second year, I wish I was more vocal about questions in class or through emails to my profs and TAs. They are so helpful and respond very quickly. I would also recommend reading the textbook and doing as many practice problems as you can to ensure you do well in your classes. Beyond academics, I lived in residence in first year. I was lucky enough to get a new residence, so the space, heating, AC, and overall appearance and atmosphere was very comfortable. I didn't bond with everyone on my floor, but I did find a group of friends whom I lived with in second year. And I also met a couple friends in first year who I'm still great friends with now. Students usually hang out at Common Ground, Location 21, or the Lazy Scholar, which are on-campus food hubs with lots of room to study. The libraries are also very wonderful and spacious, and you can book private rooms for you or your friends. For clubs, I wasn't very involved until this year. Now I'm an exec for Queen's Power and Olympic Weightlifting Club, which is really fun and busy and has a lot of events that donate to charities. But if lifting is not for you, there are many clubs for all people and interests. I didn't participate in any exchanges. However, I don't think exchange is very popular in chemistry because our lab curriculum is very specific to Queen's in Ontario. There are many resources around Queen's provided by Queen's and the students that support mental health, financial, and academic career help. There are many clubs, Facebook groups, and communities for the LGBTQ and diversity and minority groups. You can inquire about academic help or guidance on the Queen's website, and you can get in contact with an academic advisor, which is very helpful when planning your undergrad courses. Mental health help is available, but sometimes unavailable if it's too busy. You definitely have to book in advance or meet with someone outside the Queen's facilities if you wish to talk to someone. When it comes to prescriptions, it is very easy to get prescriptions and refills on the on-campus pharmacy. Overall tips I wish I could have told myself is to work harder in my first and second year. Join clubs to meet more people and have more activities to do outside of academics, and make sure to sleep. I wish I told myself to sleep in first year. My grades got a huge boost once I began sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. Having a little book of daily goals helped me recently. I would also recommend getting a daily walk or cardio after a long study day to help your mind and body relax. For additional advantages, I believe there were fees you can opt out of when paying tuition. However, I feel I used a lot of the amenities provided, so I didn't want to limit my access to them by opting out.